What's up, everyone? Welcome to a very exciting episode of Beyond the Bell. Today, instead of having a wrestler on, we have a very interesting person here. Somebody from a different side still in the ring. I want to introduce you guys to a very great referee. This is Jesse B.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on.
It's great to have you on here, man. So, how long have you been doing this?
I've been training since March of this year, so not a terrible long time, but about eight months or so, seven,
So,
eight, nine
fairly
months
fresh,
around
and
there.
you're fairly fresh here in the industry. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And you already have over 100 matches officiated in that 6 months that you've been doing this. That is awesome.
Yep, getting there. Oh yeah.
So, what made you want to do this?
Oh man, growing up as a fan, I've been a fan since I don't know, since I was 5, maybe 6, and I just never really got away from it. Like a lot of people, they'll have like that high school stage where they kind of get away from it a little bit. They get into sports. They don't really have time to sit home and watch Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or whatever's on. And I just never had that like lull period. I've always been a fan from when I was a kid. So now still doing it. But what really got me wanting to do it was I went to a couple like big shows like Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. I used to go to a lot of the WWE live events when those were around, and just because me and my mom, we didn't have a ton of money, so but those are a lot more affordable to go to, and you can still see some of your favorite um, wrestlers. And I was like, that's great and all, but like I always hear about the indie scene. I always hear about the indies and like how much fun the indies are, but like it's really kind of hard to get into it at first. Like you gotta like kind of know somebody who knows somebody, or like find an indie wrestler, and then once that happens, then it opens up all of these promotions that they work for, and then you go down those rabbit holes and you can find different talent that are part of that roster of those different promotions. And I found one here in Atlanta. They're called Disruptor Wrestling. They usually do about 6 months at a time, so they'll like do shows for 6 months and then they'll take a few months off, then they'll come back for 6 months. And um I took a buddy with me. He was not a wrestling fan at all, but he was like, "Hey man, like we're good friends. I'd love to come check it out." Like he's not judgmental about it or whatever. And I was like, "All right, cool." Um, Me and him went to the show. It was a blast. Got front row seats, and I felt like a kid in the candy store. I was like, "Man, it's so cool having wrestlers walk right past me and like give like one of the guys' name is Rico Gonzalez. He gave me he had like a title necklace. It was like a big chain necklace with like a title on it. And he's
Oh,
like, "Hey man,
wow.
hold this for me, and I'll get it back for you after the match." And I was like, "Of course, hell yeah!" And we started taking pictures with it. It was super cool. It was super cool, and it's just the indie shows are so much more. There's so much more involvement and engagement, and the heckling is always really funny. And I've been to a couple bad shows here and there, but like most of the time, it's always just kind of a family experience where people have been coming to the shows for years, and they're just supporting their favorite local talent. Um, but then I kind of started my own podcast for a little bit where I would interview indie wrestlers. But honestly, I was kind of using it as a way to get in, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do on-site interviews. I'm gonna go to wherever they're at. I'm gonna bring cameras, mics, all that stuff. And then now I'm in the back, and now I'm talking to promoters, and now I'm talking to referees. And I'm talking to just kind of I kind of wanted to get a lay of the land, because you don't want to really just Google wrestling schools and pick the first one with no like knowledge. So I kind of started doing my research. There's a few. There's the Nightmare Factory here, which is Cody Rhodes training school. That's ran by a few people here in Atlanta. There's WWA 4 in Atlanta. There's PCW. That's where I train at. That one's in Conyers, which isn't too far away from Georgia or Atlanta. It's about 40 minutes or so. I think there's a couple more, but those are like the big ones here in Georgia. So I got to get to know another referee. He goes by Daryl Hall. He's known as Grandpa on the Indies. He's kind of like the godfather of the Georgia refs,
He's kind of
super
like
nice
your old
guy.
guy, your mentor type of deal.
Yeah, man. He was awesome. I got to know him, and I was like, "Hey man, like I don't know about wrestling, but I'd like to like do refereeing or get trained or just kind of see if I like it. Let me get in the ring and figure it out. And he was like, yeah, I train on, these days at this school. Come check it out. And I was like, all right, cool. So I paid the monthly fee, went in, took the first bump, and been doing it ever since. And I love it. It's awesome.
That is great, man. I love that. Like, you started as a fan, you went and you made sure to check it first, and now you're here. And I mean, clearly you love it because, you're still here, still doing it 6 months later. And it seems
Yep.
like you're doing a lot of what I'm doing because I'm kind of trying to get my foot in the door, still in the ring, but not much as a referee. So we're kind of doing the same thing with the podcast.
Yeah. It's a great way to get in. I mean, because most talent, they're always open to doing interviews. I mean, some of them will care about your size, but most of them don't. Like those are the really cool ones to get to know. Where they're like, "Hey, it's your first ever episode? Sure, yeah, I'll meet you at this convention and we'll talk it, whatever." And I was like, "All right, cool." Then
Yeah,
but as we're walking, I'm asking them questions about their life and their goals and how they got started to get that kind of that personal foundation first. And then once the interview starts, it's like it's easy. It's just like talking to a friend at that point.
exactly. And that brings me to my next question. What is the goal with this? Is the goal to keep working the indies, or do you want to get out and like get into the big leagues being the referee?
Well, my goal is to get to the big leagues. I love the indie scene. I'm already planning on doing shows in other states. Um, but if you're not in it to like get to the E or get to TNA or get to AEW or even like DPW or I don't know, like Hog or any of those promotions, like I don't know, like a lot, like there's some people that do this who are cool with just kind of staying local and they're just kind of hanging out with their buddies on the weekends, which is cool. Um, I like that aspect of it, but at the same time, I mean, this is a dream, like I'm chasing it. I'm getting to know as many people as I can. I'm getting to know the right people. I'm staying away from muddy business. I'm just, being
Yeah,
myself and making sure those first impressions are as good as they can be. And yeah, I mean, in my opinion, if you're not shooting to the top, then what are you doing? That's my opinion on it. I'm on a health journey. I've been losing weight, hitting the gym all the time because like at the end of the day, it's gonna sound mean, but like none of these promotions don't want to see like fat refs. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
all the WWE refs, they're all in shape. They all look great. Like they got to be in just as good of a shape as the wrestlers are. Um, so like when I saw first video of myself in the ring, I was like 260, and I was just like, man, this is hard to watch. For me, I was watching myself. And I was like, nah, man, I can't. So now I just got under 230. So I've really been working on myself, and I feel like it'll also boost my confidence and you know, just it's just a personal thing. I'm sure some people are okay with it, but like if you look at the upper echelon, cream of the crop, if you will, you're not seeing a lot of 300-pound, 400-pound refs.
no, not
So
at all. So then, have you ever refed any of the matches that have any of the like bigger names then that went back to the indies at all, or?
um trying to think. My biggest match I had so far, 'cause I haven't been doing it a whole lot. um I did Dragon Con and Teddy Long introduced the women's world heavyweight championship. It was new to the promotion. Jimmy Wang Yang did a run in at one point because it was his daughter that was in the match. Um, so I'd say that's probably my biggest one so far. I
And then,
know I
I mean,
might be reffing a match with I don't know if you know Cruel. He's the he just won the MLW heavyweight championship, but
I know I've heard the name. I haven't had a chance to check him out yet.
okay. Yeah, you should definitely check him out. He's awesome. He's got like a kind of like a Jason Voorhees kind of thing going on. And he's huge. He's a big dude. But he's also super talented. He just won the MLW heavyweight championship, so I'm super proud of him. But
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, definitely someone that I'm gonna have to be paying attention to now if they're holding the belt.
100%.
So then, you've worked obviously matches that have a huge name on it, like Teddy Long and things attached to it, even just as an announcer and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any people that you want to referee a match that they're in?
Oh man. Like if I'm thinking of like local talent, like some of the Bullet Club guys live here in Georgia and they still do local shows like Doc Gallows, Carl
Yeah.
Anderson. I actually I've ran into Doc Gallows like 2 or 3 times just in public randomly, like I'm working and
Yeah,
I'm like, oh shit, there's Doc Gallows. I'm like, what's up, man? What's
that's
going on?
awesome. I actually
I would
just
love to
met
ref
the
his
guy who
match.
booked both of them.
That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. AJ Styles trained here in Georgia. He was actually just at a Georgia indie promotion last week that I couldn't make, which was a bummer. But
Oh, that
he
is a
took
bummer.
pictures with a lot of the local talent there, so that was cool. Cody Rhodes, he comes down to do. He was just at the Nightmare Factory last week. So I mean, there's big names here. I don't know if you know Jack Jameson. He's in Ring of Honor. I refed one of
Yeah,
his matches recently.
you refed
Um,
one of his matches.
I did. Yeah, I
That
was
is
at One Fall
awesome.
Wrestling. Yep, he's awesome.
So, like, where's like your dream to end up then refereeing? Is it WWE? Is it TNA? Is it AEW? Where's the one you would like to be at the end of the day when it's all said and done?
I mean, I grew up a WWE kid, so yeah. I'd say WWE, but honestly, I'd be happy with getting. I grew up with TNA too. Like I remember first tuning into TNA and seeing like Shark Boy and Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and those
Boy,
guys. I was like, what? And
I
like
forgot
Christopher
about that.
Daniels and like that whole period. So like, I'd love to do TNA, AEW, and like I was saying, even like the bigger indie promotions like House of Glory or I'd love to do New Japan. That'd be sick. Any big Mexican promotions because I speak Spanish too, so I can like do something over there. That'd be fun. I mean, I'm okay with going wherever, but like the end goal is for sure like WWE.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, the fact is, obviously, you're willing to travel if you can. I mean, New Japan and like Mexican promotions, you said just anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So you clearly have a passion for this, and you clearly enjoy what you do. And that's what I love to see in this industry. So, I guess, do you have like a match that you would say is like your favorite that you've done?
Oh man. Let's see. This past week, last Friday, I did so the school that I train at, we do 3 shows a month. So we do second, third, and fourth Friday of every month. So a lot of times I'll ref those shows to get my reps in.
I'm filming it. I'm filming an interview. I don't know what Terrence is doing. I'm in the middle of filming an interview. Huh? I'm filming an interview, Grandpa. I'm interviewing someone right now. I'm going to mow on this grass over here. Okay. Well, Terrence must be sleeping. He's moving the way it looks. Who knows? I hope he's on the feet well in there.
Kick him out. Kick him out. Nah, that's fine.
It happens.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. What was it? Okay, so yeah, so I did a show for Platinum Championship Wrestling. It was I guess it was Código Combate de Lucha, so CCDL, which is like it's like a lucha promotion, but it's under the same umbrella as our school. And it was like our mania. It was called En Mi Casa. So this was the second year of En Mi Casa. And I did a match with there's a Nathaniel Vanderbilt and RC Daniels. Those are some guys I've trained with. So like, most people outside of Georgia wouldn't know who they are, but they're very talented. And that was probably my favorite match. Was an Atlanta street fight. So no rules, weapons allowed. And it was a brutal match. RC Daniels' mom was in the crowd, like freaking out and crying. And it was,
Well, it was kind of like a death match in a way.
Sort of, yeah, just minus all the light tubes and the barbed wire. It was a crazy match. There was a spot where Nathaniel Vanderbilt, it was like a guardrail that he like propped up on the ring and the floor, and he like power bombed him through it, and it was like, man, they were like in my ear, like, can you please tell us he's okay? Like, is he okay? Is he alive? Because like the hard cam angle is here, and the way he looked like he hit, they thought he like clipped his head on the ring or something, and but no, they did it perfectly. That was it wasn't just a great match because of all the crazy spots, but the story was great. Um, I've seen RC Daniels from like a while now, and just seeing him grow as a performer has been really great. He's learning his baby face stuff, and he's learning his character, and he's getting better with like his emotions and his face work has been getting a lot better too. Because like we used to call him, we used to say he had like he just had like a wrestling like I don't care face. Like he would close somebody and just be like, like it's like but he's been getting a lot better with it. But I would say that's my favorite match just because of like I personally know these guys, I've trained with them, and just seeing them like have match of the night was awesome. I would say outside of that, I'm trying to think. Dragon Con was amazing in front of like 2,000-3,000 people. That was a huge show.
That sounds amazing.
It was awesome. It was awesome performing in front of that many people. Just the whole thing, like Teddy Long and Jimmy Wang Yang, a guy I grew up with both of them, and it was a like because like my goal when I started training in March was to ref at Dragon Con, and since I know the promoter, I told him about this goal, and he was like, you know what, man, if you get some shows under your belt, I'll give you a match or two, like just see how you do in your training, and if you like
And
it.
you
And I was
got
like, all right.
the match.
And I got it. Yeah,
A match or two, you got the match, the
that's right.
inaugural women's
That's right.
championship match.
Yeah, he was like, I wanted to give you the match with the most gaga, like with the most like crazy stuff you got to remember and all the run-ins and crazy stuff with the crowd. And actually, I did another match that night that was it's the owner of Dragon Con. He has this character called Scott E. Crampton, and he's like this evil owner who's rich, and he's always it's so funny. He comes out with like a dress jacket that's like blinged out with lights, like kind of thing like Chris Jericho's old jacket,
Oh
and
God.
it come in with like Nikes with like lights on the bottom and shit. I'm just like, oh my god, this guy. But he had a match against Michael Mosley, and the match started. Okay, so Scott Crampton, he's like a out of shape dad bod kind of white guy, right?
Yeah.
And he starts off the match, and he has his lucha mask, and he's like, I'm Finnish, so in my Finnish heritage, you all know we invented lucha libre, so I'm gonna wear this mask. And so the match starts. He instantly rolls out the ring, goes under the ring, and then this big buff black dude comes out with wearing the same mask, and I have to be like, "Oh, there you are! Come on, get back in here! What are you
You have
doing
to
out there?"
try and just play it off like you don't
Yes,
know.
and then they did it
That's probably
again.
got to be the funniest match you've ever worked.
Oh my, it was. And then they did it again with a huge white dude wearing a mask.
So
And
they
I was,
didn't even just stop at one switch out. They switched out multiple times throughout the match.
oh my god, it was so funny. It was so funny. Also, it wasn't my match, but we had a tag team match where they did a Pokemon gimmick, and they like called out different Pokemons that come out and assist in the match. It was cool. It was cool. There was like a guy in a big like what's the name? I'm blanking out. I don't know, but he came out as Jigglypuff as one of them, and he started singing Jigglypuff, and everybody in the ring fell asleep, and everybody in the audience was falling asleep. He was using that to try and pin someone. I don't know. Dragon Con's always fun. We had Superman come out, fucking do a do a dolphin dive on everybody. Dragon Con's a lot of fun. It's a once a year show, but like I wish we did more. But it's
That's
fun.
definitely one that I will have to try and make it to one of these years and see.
Dude, you got to. We always do it on Thursdays. Um, it's always at the first day of Dragon Con, so it's a big show, man. And if you don't get there early, I mean, we had so many people outside who couldn't make it in because we didn't have any more seats, which sucks, but it is what it is.
I mean, that's how it goes sometimes, especially
Yeah.
when it's a big show like that, and you're doing a lot of fun things that not a lot of other places are doing. People want to be there.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So then, I guess my next question. I mean, I guess it feels kind of like a basic question, but I love asking it. As a wrestling fan, who would you say is on your Mount Rushmore? You know, your top four.
It's always a tough one. Um, Man, I would say since I grew up in the ruthless aggression era, right? I understand there were people before that, but like this is my Mount Rushmore, all right? I don't care.
Yeah.
So I would put Cena, um, Jeff Hardy, Mysterio, and I got one more spot. Let's see, one more spot. I'm thinking from that era.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that like you're
I'm thinking like Orton or Edge or Batista or one of those. Undertaker. I mean, Undertaker was the man
just
during
naming
that
off
time.
the best.
I'll put Undertaker on there. So Taker, Hardy, Cena, and Mysterio. That's
Yeah.
my personal Mount Rushmore. Those are my favorites. I had posters of them growing up. I mean,
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I used to have like 3 Mysterio shirts.
yeah.
I
Oh
used
yeah.
to wear them every week to school, 3 days of the week. I'd be wearing Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's my Mount Rushmore though.
Yeah, and that's probably the most solid one from the ruthless aggression era. And I mean, when you're talking about that era, obviously you can't not name John Cena because he was the one who coined it.
Yep. 100%.
So yes, do you have anything upcoming that you're excited to be working on then? Any upcoming ones you're at that
Oh
you're
man.
excited for?
Oh man. I did 2 shows last night, and see,
Two.
I got Georgia Classic this upcoming weekend, World of Lucha, Deep South. I'm fully booked for next month, so I mean, I'm always excited for any show I get to be on. One Fall is always a fun one, because One Fall they use a lot of like Ring of Honor talent. AEW guys will come down and do like they just had their big show, their Mania, I guess. And like Darby Allin made an appearance. Jay Lethal had I think Jay Lethal has a match at the show I'm doing on the 5th, I believe. Billy Gunn's always there. So it's a good like it's a QT Marshall's. He kind of runs it. So he's usually there, and just kind of getting to be around those kind of people, and like it's like a blend of like that talent and local Georgia talent, and it just kind of becomes a mishmash of just great talent, you know. So
It's
being around that kind of atmosphere, and just getting to know people and be a positive person, and just talking and then learning how to stop talking when you need to stop talking, So,
exactly, yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, all the promotions are great though. I mean, there's Kraken Pro. Kraken Pro has been doing really well. That's down in Tifton, Georgia. It's about a 2.5 hour drive from where I live at, which worth it in my opinion. It's always fun.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people it's worth it if you can, especially with where I live. I mean, just 2 hours from me, we have Midwest All Pro. That was started by Eugene back in 21.
Okay. Wow, I have to check that out. Midwest All Pro. You might be seeing me there soon. You never know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going there. They got like a week-long training camp to see if you like it during the summer, you know?
Oh, that's cool. Is there like a fee for it or?
Yeah. It's like, I think it was like $200 or something to go take some bumps and see if I enjoy it.
Hey man, it might be worth it, man. You never know. It could spark something in you, like it did with me. It was crazy.
I mean, I've
There's a
already been
guy
to
who's
rubber bomb before. That's
yeah. Yeah, there's a guy here. He's like a local legend. He was in like NWA Anarchy back in like early 2000s, and he trained with AJ Styles. Was
anything
by Slim
NWA.
J.
Huh?
Slim J. Slim J.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, he's a great dude, man. He's one of the nicest guys I ever met, and he's kind of one of them guys I always pick his brain about stuff. Like my first day of training, I was like, all right, what am I doing? I'm freaking out. What do I do before I bump? What am I doing? What am I doing? And he was like, hey man, just blow all the air out of your lungs. This is gonna come out anyway. You know, like, but right before you bump, just and take it, you know, and that helped so much because like I've seen people bump who are new and they just knock all the wind out of themselves, and it's just, you
Yeah,
know, and then we don't see them again because they didn't like it. So,
exactly. So, as a referee, have you ever had to take a move while refereeing a match?
uh, not a move necessarily. I mean, I've been missile drop kicked. I've been clotheslined. I've been regular just bumped. I've been elbowed in the face. I mean, it's just most of the time I'm just getting hit. I'm not getting picked up and like thrown around or anything. But
So
I
you're
think
not
last
doing
week,
none of the crazy stuff yet.
no, not yet. I'd love to stunner somebody though, or hit it with an RKO or something like that. That'd be
You'd
cool.
like to do something crazy, just come out and be the referee that fights back one match, just
Yeah, dude.
put them
Yeah,
down
man.
quick.
I know there's some plans in the pipeline of me possibly getting a match at some point. So it's a
I
part of a
would love
storyline
to
we're
see
doing.
that. I mean, I think you would definitely do great in a match.
Oh yeah, if you check out my Instagram, you'll see some of my conditioning drills that we do and me hitting
Oh, I've looked.
moonsaults and landing backflips and stuff, you know. So
I
it's
did
a
my
good thing.
research today.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and you definitely. I mean, a lot of what you do, it's tough. You can tell, like it's hard training, and that's where I'm always like, people say it's not a sport, but like just a sport with the added touch of entertainment to it.
Yeah, it's 100% a sport. Like what pisses me off all the time is like we did this show at there's a big amphitheater called the Lakewood Amphitheater in Atlanta. And the Suicide Boys were on tour. So they
Yeah,
were doing a show, and then we were set up in the same area right next to where the stage was. So we had a ring set up. So once the concert ended, then they all start coming down the stairs, and there we are, free wrestling, ready to go, right? And man, it was just a bunch of high, drunk, like late teens, early 20s, and I was standing there in the ring, making sure everything was safe, checking the boards and all that kind of stuff. And I can't tell you how many people were like, "Hey, let me get in there. Hey, I'll do a backflip. Hey, man, I'm not gonna get hurt. It's all fake. It doesn't hurt." And I was just, "Hey, come here, come here." I was like, "Smack the ring for me. Just hit it as hard as you can with
yeah.
your hand." And
Someone
all
told
of
me
them
to
are
do
like,
that one time,
"Oh."
and ever since then, I learned.
Yeah, they're all just like, "Oh my god, ow, that hurts." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, what?
Yeah,
I
you
guess
land even slightly wrong, you're gonna hurt a lot more than your hand does.
yes, the wrestlers know how to fall safely. I mean, they're basically like parkour people
They're
who
literally, they're literally, they're stuntmen. They're literal
Mhm.
stuntmen. Like you take, like a lot of your training is the same thing stuntmen go through to be able
Absolutely.
to learn how to not kill yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you just tuck your head and make sure you land flat and try and spread that impact as much as you can so it doesn't hurt as much when you hit it. And I mean, there's it's a lot that goes into it. And then there's just a lot of things to think about. But once you get to a certain point, then it's just kind of second nature at that point. But like, I don't know. It always bugs me when people think it's just
Oh
the
yeah.
easiest thing in the world.
It always
You know?
bugs me too because, like, I mean, you literally, like, I mean, what was it? 10 years ago, Rey Mysterio accidentally killed someone in the ring down in Mexico. Wasn't that like
Yeah.
10, 16 years ago area? Like,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
but people still say it's fake. After that was worldwide, everybody had seen the news.
Yep. 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 It's yeah, he just hit him in the wrong spot, and I think he like hit a part of his neck just right where it just instant, just dead.
Yep.
You know? I mean, there's people who break their necks, who get injured all the time, who, it's
I mean,
just
yeah, I was supposed to interview somebody. He's out on injury right now because he broke his arm during a match.
yep. Yep. Yeah, I've had broken ankles, slipped ribs, that kind of stuff. Not me, but like I've witnessed him in the ring, and I've had to call the X once or twice. So it's just it's a sport, and they're putting their lives and their body on the line for your entertainment. So like, appreciate it.
Yeah, and I always hate the disrespect of saying that it's not real because it very much is. But
Yeah, like fake is not the right word. It's choreographed. It's not
yeah,
fake.
it's choreographed exactly. It's like
Absolutely.
would you call like the things Jackie Chan does in his movies without lines fake? I don't see people saying that.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, you like the Avengers? You know that's all fake. Right? It's like
Right?
you have
And
to
like
see it as like
that
a live
parkour
movie.
is actually fake. Their stunts are actually fake and safely tethered. It's a lot different. It's a lot safer than wrestling. It's a lot faker.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So when it comes to like having a match, what is your dream match type? You know, like what would you want? Like your basic one on one or like a tag team, triple threat, Iron Man?
Nah, man, it's a cage match for me. I want to do a cage match so bad.
Are we
Oh,
talking the cell cage or the steel cage?
both. I mean, both.
One,
In the
both.
indies, it's usually a steel cage. But like Hell in a Cell sound or like an elimination chamber would be pretty sick being in there. I'm just thinking on an indie level. A cage match would be amazing, or like a ladder match would be fun. I just did my first hardcore match last night, so that was fun.
So when it comes to like your first time like actually working a match, you would want it to be you against someone inside the cage.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
I mean, honestly, that's the perfect way to start, if you ask me.
dude, hell yes. Especially like with how I flip and stuff. I mean, I would be flipping all over the place.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think I'm actually about out of questions here. Is there anything you want to tell everyone before we go?
Um, I would just say with some advice, just be open minded, be a sponge, and absorb information from any and everybody. Don't be picky about like I trained with Grandpa and I trained with Richard Busnego and I trained with Brian and Trey and Bill and like all these local like trainers here. And it's like it's great. I love their information and because of them, I'm where I'm at currently. But like at the same time, I'm also going to other promotions and I'm learning from vets and even people who just got in it like me, I'm learning from them or um and I just kind of take a little bit of everything and just make it my own. And I'm not just like copy and paste. This guy told me exactly how he does it, so I'm gonna do it exactly like how he does it. You know, to me that
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. You
exactly.
know,
And, a big thing with what you said there is information does lie anywhere at any level. You can be just starting out, and somebody newer than you might have some information you had never heard before.
oh yeah, absolutely. And even like small stuff, like a lot of the local referees, like I always learn from. We have Paul Espinal, we have Daryl Hall, we have Mike Fullalove. He's on DPW as well. He does the DPW shows, but he also does commentary at our school like once a month, or he'll ref at our school for once or twice a month. He's a very seasoned, and he does shows all over the United States. I mean, he's in Chicago. He does stuff. He went to Vegas for Mania, and he was doing a bunch of local shows there. And he's an awesome dude. Mike Full of Love or Mike Full Black. He is awesome. Like great dude. I've got to work with him a couple times. But like most of my questions are always like, hey, how do you connect your like radio like connector like through like, oh, you cut a hole in your back pocket so you can put oh, okay, cool. Or you like to go in the front or do you attach in the back? What do you have in your ref bag? Okay, sunscreen. Okay, that's smart for outdoor shows. Gloves, safety glasses, med kit. Even like I just worked with Paul Espinal for the first time on Sunday, and he has like what's it called? It's like a tool that has like a knife, a screwdriver. It has like everything just in
Swiss
case.
Army knife?
Yeah, like a Swiss Army
Talking
knife.
about
He's like, you never know, you might need it, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'm adding a Swiss Army knife to my bag. It's just there's so many just little small things. Like even like the show I did on Friday, like I what I used to do, now I stopped because I I learned. But he was like, hey, when you go two, and I used to do this, I go two. He was like, it kind of looks like you're calling for the bell. So like, you might want to be careful when you do that at some promotions. You might go two, and then they might ring the bell thinking you're telling them to ring the bell. So now I just go 2 or 2, and I just stay still. I stay clear, So it's small stuff, positioning in the ring, communicating time cues, or hey, hard cams to your left, hard cams to your left, hard cams to your right. Hey, like slow down, speed up, or whatever. It's a lot of information, but I'm still learning kind of how to like communicate certain things. I got to meet Robert Gibson on Sunday. That was cool. Rock and Roll Express, baby.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, man. I mean, oh,
yeah,
Robert Gibson. That is a
yeah,
name.
dude. He was doing a seminar and uh, he was showing the wrestlers how to take certain bumps and how to transition into different moves. And he was wearing like the WWE Performance Center shirt and pants. And I was like, this is pretty cool. This guy's pretty. He's made it. He's been there. If anybody's to learn from, it's that guy.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, definitely a great source of information from what I've heard from different people in the indie scene and from people who have just met him, that he's just an all around great person to be in the same room as.
Yeah, he was great. He was super like open and giving, and like he didn't come off like, like don't talk to me. Like he was very open. Hey man, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Like he was very cordial, and it was nice getting to meet him. But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I got anything else. Just wanted to give that advice of just be open minded and listen from all angles and all people that are in the business.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. It was great to be able to talk to you and be able to give you your first interview. And I'm glad I got to learn about like refereeing and things like that. I mean, I haven't known much about it. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, sir.